layers of silent metal, emitting no sound or spark, falls from the sky like rusty scrap. Yet, in mid-air, it transforms into a deadly electronic brain, relentlessly hunting its prey. It needs no pilot, no command from the Kremlin, just a simple push from a foldable wing and an invisible jet propulsion to begin its one-way journey of death. They call it the dumb bomb, but it's smarter than NATO imagines, flying at low altitudes, evading radars, and striking where no one expects. It was born out of necessity, from old iron bombs, but today it has become a real nightmare for Western defenses and a cheap weapon of destruction costing only a few $1,000s. What is this inexpensive phantom that has become one of Putin's most dangerous weapons? Could it be the weapon that finishes off what's left of Ukraine without the Russians firing a single ballistic missile? We will uncover many secrets and details for you, dear viewer, in this episode. Follow us under the microscope to see how Cold War scrap metal transformed into a long arm for Putin. On the surface, it's just an iron bomb dating back decades to the Cold War, but in the air, it transforms into a lethal electronic brain. These are the old Soviet FAB-500 bombs, approximately 2.47 meters long and 40 centimeters in diameter, carrying a warhead weighing over 190 kilograms of high explosives. A simple bomb that used to be dropped as free-fall ordnance from aircraft, until Russia decided to revive it in a way that doesn't resemble the past, using the UMPC system. This externally mounted planning and navigation correction unit transformed this bomb into a guided munition that glides over long distances, equipped with foldable wings and a dual navigation system relying on inertial guidance and the Russian GLONASS network. But all of this was just the beginning. In late 2022, the battlefield in Ukraine revealed a more advanced version of UMPC bombs, equipped with a jet propulsion engine. The bomb no longer just glides, it now flies. Although Russia has not officially announced the details of this development, Western analyses indicate that the system uses a small pulse jet or simple turbojet engine. This has extended the bomb's range from between 40 and 70 kilometers for the gliding versions to approximately 150 to 200 kilometers for the jet-propelled versions, according to the Long War Journal website. But all of this was just the beginning. In late 2022, the battlefield in Ukraine revealed a more advanced version of UMPC bombs, equipped with a jet propulsion engine. The bomb no longer just glides, it now flies. Although Russia has not officially announced the details of this development, Western analyses indicate that the system uses a small pulse jet or simple turbojet engine. This has extended the bomb's range from between 40 and 70 kilometers for the gliding versions to approximately 150 to 200 kilometers for the jet-propelled versions, according to the Long War Journal website.
Here, the rules of engagement in Ukraine are changing, as aircraft like the Su-34 and Su-30SM can launch these bombs from outside the range of Ukrainian air defenses without needing to enter deep into the front lines. Instead of launching a complex-to-produce cruise missile, it is enough to load a rusty iron bomb under a UMPC unit and press the launch button toward the target. The warhead has remained almost unchanged, but what has changed are its accuracy and maneuverability. While some sources indicate a margin of error of up to 20 meters, Ukrainian reports have mentioned a potential deviation of up to 15 meters under intense electronic jamming. This means the weapon still lacks near hyper-precision guidance, yet it remains terrifying in the environment of psychological warfare and numerical pressure. As for the cost, it is the most significant turning point. While a cruise missile like the KH-101 costs between $2 and $3 million, a FAB-500 bomb modified with a UMPC unit does not exceed a few tens of thousands of dollars. This means Russia can carry out cheap, repeated strategic strikes with a fire density that would exhaust any defensive system. The dark side. Despite the hype surrounding the new glide bomb and its prominence in Russian airstrike footage, the reality on the ground has not always been so brilliant. The UMPC system, whether in its gliding or jet-propelled version, harbors fatal flaws that could completely undermine its effectiveness on the battlefield. The first of these flaws is accuracy. While the system relies on a combination of inertial navigation and Russian GLONASS, this system is susceptible to electronic jamming and deception. In some documented cases within Ukraine, Electronic warfare systems cause the bomb's trajectory to be disrupted, deflecting it from its target by distances of 10 to 15 meters. In a war that relies on precision strikes to destroy command centers or ammunition depots, this error can be catastrophic or have no military impact worth mentioning. Then comes the problem of thermal and radar signatures. Although the gliding version is relatively silent, the jet-propelled version leaves a clear thermal signature that can be tracked, especially if launched from low altitudes. Even in its flight maneuverability at high altitudes, the bomb is forced to fly in a semi-straight trajectory, making it vulnerable to interception by systems like NASAMS or IRST, especially as it approaches the target.
One cannot ignore the structural deficiencies and physical limitations inherent to this weapon. At its core, this bomb was not originally designed for dynamic flight or gliding. It is a heavy, rigid metallic body lacking aerodynamic flexibility, and its trajectory relies on small, externally mounted fins. When exposed to crosswinds or thermal disturbances, the bomb may deviate from its path, slow down, or fail to reach its full range. Matters become more complex when considering launch conditions. Success in hitting distant targets depends not only on the efficiency of the bomb's guidance system, but also on the ability of the launching aircraft to fly at a specific speed and altitude. If this equation is not precisely met, the bomb loses a significant portion of its effectiveness and becomes merely a stray projectile missing its target. It is true that this weapon is low cost and can be produced in large quantities, but its poor accuracy forces commanders to launch several bombs at the same target to ensure its destruction. This rapidly depletes stockpiles and pressures supply chains, especially in an open war of attrition like that in Ukraine. Despite all these drawbacks, the jet-propelled bomb remains a troublesome weapon for the West. It may not be lethal every time, but it wears down defenses, forces missile batteries to operate continuously, and drains ammunition and effort with every sortie. Here's a question for you, dear viewer. Can a bomb born from the remnants of the Cold War truly succeed in deciding the outcome of the Ukrainian war? Or does the battle require more than just a cheap, long-range weapon? Share your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to support us by liking and subscribing to the channel to receive all new insights into weapons and major global transformations.